Hello and welcome to our aTech channel. Today we have a special video about the revolutionary battery. Imagine a battery with almost unlimited autonomy, or a smartphone that doesn't need to be recharged, or even driving an electric car without ever stopping. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but you're not dreaming. All of this is made possible with these famous radioactive diamond batteries that will soon arrive on the market. How is this possible? Before we get into the details, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started. The American startup NDB was surprised the world by announcing a generation of battery with new performance and autonomy. It is the radioactive diamond battery. Until a few months ago, this technology looked like an industry fantasy. How could anyone think that a battery with an unlimited lifespan could exist? The answer is not long in coming with this groundbreaking announcement. The project consists in recycling nuclear waste to convert it into a battery with an almost unlimited autonomy. Before we look at how this radioactive diamond battery works, let's take a look at the technologies that made it possible to make this battery. In just 2 decades, our world has completely changed. Technology is innovated in daily lives. Smartphones, tablets, electric cars, laptops, all of the little gadgets. It's hard to live without these electronic devices, but they all have something in common. They all need a battery to function. Until today, only the lithium-ion battery has been the most commercialized in the world. But with the world always changing, we always need more energy and autonomy. Our lives have become dependent on all these connected devices. This can be for personal or business needs. Imagine you need to send an important message with your smartphone, but the battery is dead. But your problem doesn't end there. You have to wait a few more minutes to a few hours before you can fully recharge it. For professionals, this kind of thing can be negative impact in their income. To address this problem, researchers have decided to come up with an almost perfect solution. They want to mine radioactive diamonds that come from nuclear waste to make a new generation of batteries. How is this possible? To better understand this situation, it is important that we took a look at nuclear power plants. They are one of the safest and cleanest sources of energy in the world. In fact, nuclear power plants do not emit greenhouse gases. From this point of view, they are part of the energy transition policy. But despite their praise, nuclear power is not as clean as people think. Nuclear power plants release a lot of radioactive waste. Until now, the only solution to nuclear waste is brutal, but it represents a real danger for the Earth and especially for all of us. The debate is therefore about the safest way to recycle this nuclear waste. Research has been going on for a long time, but the most promising is the project of the company NDB. Yes, it wants to launch the production of the radioactive diamond battery. What does a nano diamond battery actually consist of? Nuclear waste consists largely of carbon-14. This is an isotope of carbon and it is known to be very radioactive. It is a very polluting product for the environment and can cause health problems. In addition, it is very difficult to bury, especially since its half-life exceeds 5,000 years. For some people, this long lifespan is the reason why it is so difficult to bury carbon-14. But for inventors like NDB, it is an opportunity. In theory, the principle is simple. The first part of the job is to recover nuclear waste. In general, it's the parts of the nuclear reactors that are sought out by these companies. They have become radioactive over time. These radioactive graphites then undergo other transformations. It is a question of purifying them to produce small diamonds with carbon-14. Researchers are interested in this carbon-14 diamond for different reasons. It is very efficient and long-lived semiconductor. Carbon-14 is known to emit energetic electrons. The diamond plays an important role in conceiving these electrons into electricity. In theory, this is how to extract electricity from these radioactive diamonds. But the company NDB has to improve the technique to improve the extraction for this electrical charge. The first test showed less than 40% efficiency. By developing other techniques, the company's achieved an astounding result of up to 100%. To show you what a technological achievement this is, a comparison in order. In fact, a conventional diamond only has the efficiency of up to 15%. In this case, the radioactive nanodiamond has been placed in the heart of the battery. It also has integrated circuits and a mini capacitor. This is another innovation of this revolutionary battery. Indeed, the radioactive diamond battery can charge itself with these facilities. But as you know, even if carbon-14 is less radioactive, it is still radioactive. To reduce the risk of the user, a layer of carbon-12 is spread on the diamond with carbon-14 to limit the radioactive radiations. The radioactive diamond is considered a real revolution in the field of a few reasons. It has a long span of up to 28,000 years. With this property, this type of battery can far surpass all energy devices that currently exist. It also means that this is virtually indestructible. But that's not all. It has an energy density of 50,000 times higher than the best lithium-ion battery versions today. The ability of self-charge is a dream for all electric device users. This opens the door for a variety of applications. Your smartphone's battery can go from a day to a few weeks or even more than a month. This is a real technological revolution. Regarding the price, here again, the Radioactive Diamond battery is very competitive. It is very competitive and can be equipped in any device. This offers a better prospect for electric car manufacturers. In fact, the problem of autonomy is solved quickly. The same is true for the power supply of satellites, which will have a much better autonomy. But don't be so quick to rejoice. It's not for tomorrow that you'll have the smartphone running on a radioactive battery. Tests already show very satisfactory results. Nevertheless, we still have to wait 2 years to see a version that will finally be commercialized. But this does mean that the future of energy storage is promising. Moreover, the startup of NDB also promises an even more efficient version within a few years. The goal is to make the battery compatible of storing a very large amount of energy. For this, NDB is working with various research centers around the world. But until that day comes, the company's gesture is already being hailed as the contribution to preserve our environment. The problems of radioactive waste are real, and this solution meets the requirements of environmentalists. As a reminder, many countries that use nuclear power plants can find in this battery considerable economic opportunity. Even though recycling of nuclear waste has been considered before, it has never been researched such a scale. In other words, nanodiamond battery manufacturers are on a verge of solving many current problems. The first is nuclear waste, which can be disposed of all at once, but also promises energy independence for fossil fuels. Some countries depend on hydrocarbons, may choose the radioactive diamond battery, but the most important thing is that its long life allows it to be recycled at will for thousands of years to come. Maybe one day you'll be walking around with a smartphone or a smartwatch that runs on radioactive diamond batteries. That's it, everyone. Our time is up. I hope you enjoyed our topic of the day and learned some more about this radioactive diamond battery. If you have any questions, feel free to say them in the comments, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. If you've done so already, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be aware of our upcoming videos. Also, click on the little blue thumb right here to support our teams. See you soon on aTech.